Hello everyone, my name is Griff, and today we got the announcement of another Gala Dragalia for July 2020. So I have not watched this video yet. I suspect who it's going to be though. If you know the theme that's playing right now, you might suspect it too, but we're going to jump right in. Gala Dragalia. Let's see who we have here. Oh, Loxy activating in standard mode. Take it. Oh, we got spoil stories. If you haven't beat chapter 12, rip. Take my heart. Oh, Loxy, I'm so sorry. Oh. All I ever do is let myself get hurt, which means you'll end up doing all the fighting. You can lend me your heart. Interesting. A lot of blue. Join with me now. Ooh, Loxy, give me the strength to fight. Ooh, engaging sub mode, activating Uden mode. Okay, but I am not. I will fight for peace. Interesting. Okay, so what my thoughts on this was that she was gonna have the Uden mode as a. Oh, I see two swords. She's a dagger. Oh no! Oh, she's a fire dagger. No! No! Oh no! So, just so everyone knows, my favorite weapons class is dagger, and I always told myself whenever there was a Gala dagger unit, I would go all in for them. So, I guess I'll be summoning tomorrow. We also have Sanoa, Seaside Scholar. She is a staff? No, sorry, she's a wand. I always get those two mixed up. She's a wand. Oh, she has a... Okay, that's probably a buffing skill, but that's amazing. You also have Norwin, who is a bow, I'm gonna guess. Oh, he's also a dagger. Okay, so a new one dagger. Okay, so this is a double dagger banner. Oh, he's a mover. He stories books together. Okay, and then Summer Konohana Sake, I believe, which was teased with the art. Yep, it's the exact same art. And there's Summer Marishiten in the back. That's awesome. And she has a little pig on her. Her skill is a crocodile with it. That's so good. What element was she? She wind? I'm assuming she's wind, based on the background. Yeah, okay. That's awesome. Okay, let's jump to the news then. Is that... I don't think there's anything else. Jump to news. Here's just something to showcase. Announcing Gala Dragalia. The Dragalia Gallery will start on the 30th. It will run from the 30th to the 4th. It's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to guess there's going to be a wind focus after this then, because that's usually what they mean by these. The newly added adventures will be added, as opposed to just Loxy. Okay. As Loxy acquires new power in Uden mode and Masco resolves to join the fight, the two throw themselves into the raging fires of battle in order to see their Mastro's wish fulfilled. Once polar opposites their heart now begin to converge. Okay. Skill 1 is shareable. Deal flame damage to enemies directly ahead. If this skill is used during Uden mode, a variant called Uden Code 05 Graniva will be used instead. Deals flame damage and inflicts burn. While used during Uden mode, I'm guessing she has a dragon drive gauge. And actually, if I... Which one is it? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Oh my goodness. Maybe I don't have it here. Okay, I don't. There was a leak that was in my other video that had the 6 icons, and one of the icons was her heart. So, I was thinking that she might actually have a move, or a dragon drive where she has the art thing. But maybe not. Uden mode. Okay, Uden mode is a skill actually. Okay, grants the user Fig effect and activates Uden mode for 20 seconds. During Uden mode, Fig will automatically attack foes. What? This automatic damage will not be treated as skill damage. If the skill is used during Uden mode, a variant called Uden Code 1 counter will be used instead. Uden mode counter deals flame damage directly ahead. What? Was that the little thing that was over her head? Hold on, because I noticed that. I didn't know what the heck it was, though. That thing above her. So is that like her heart attacking things? Because like it was sending out stuff. That's so cool. Okay. I like this a lot. This sounds really cool. This sounds like a really cool unit. Co-ability standard attack damage plus 20%. Okay, unique co-ability. That's awesome. The only other one that has this is Tiki. And she's a very limited unit. She's a crossover unit. But now we have it on a somewhat permanent unit. Not fully permanent, but somewhat permanent. Above 10 hits equals win res plus 10. That's pretty normal. Resonate Hearts 2. Grants Laxi a charge gauge with 3 bars. The charge gauge fills with standard attacks, 4 strikes, and attack dashes used. What is an attack dash? Dash attack. What? Oh, I guess that's like when you're running and then you attack. Okay. I didn't know that was... Like, I knew what that was, but I didn't think that's how they worded it. It's cumulative buff based on the number of bars filled. Filling 1 bar increases defense by 20%. Filling 2 bars increases skill damage by 15%. And filling 3 bars increases strength by 15%. Laxi's charge will not fill when she has the Fig effect, and the guards will be reset, and all the buffs are lost when the Fig effect is removed. Okay, so it seems like either you're kind of in this, like, tanky mode where you have these buffs that you just get from playing the game, and then you also have this Fig mode where you enter Uden mode, and you have that little guy on the top of your head who's attacking things, and your skills do way more damage. That seems awesome. Mana Kiln 2 reduces susceptibility to stun and sleep. Pretty normal. Right? Yeah. Actually, yeah, that is normal. Yes, that's normal. And then Critical Frenzy 2 increases critical rate by 4% for every 15 hit combo up to 3 times per combo. And adds 4% to the modifier applied to critical damage each time one of the user's attacks is a critical hit up to 10 times per combo. After activating this critical damage increase will not activate again for 1 second. These buffs are removed when the combo counter resets. Okay, so it seems like if she just has a combo cut going, she just gets to play the game normally. And she gets super, like, buffed up with crits. Honestly, this unit seems really interesting. I don't want to make a judgment call yet, but I kind of have to because the Vanish tomorrow, and again, she's a dagger. And I'm personally probably going to summon if there's 2 dagger units on focus, but, all in all, she seems pretty good. If I'm being honest, I'm going to say, here's the thing. If I open up the DPS sim right now, and we go to Flame. Let's look at Flame for a second, and we're gonna see here that, you know, we have Chrom and Marth, who are both at the top, and then we also have Ezalith, who's here, and Dean, who's here, and then Uden. So I'm expecting her to fall in probably between Chrom and Ezalith, and Chrom is more of a, he's more of a, like, you need a special setup in order to do maximum damage with him. Marth is kind of just the best flame unit at the moment. But the two of them together, Mars and Galaxy, seem very strong. But my thing is that I don't know if they're going to be stronger than the stuff that's here. So I would say, for the moment, wait to see how strong she is, and then make a judgment call from there. But I can't really say that. So I will say for now, I think she's a yes, just based off what I'm seeing. She probably will play a lot different than Ezalith, I'm assuming, and she might do more damage than Ezalith. And I think she'd be really good in wave content, which kind of Ezalith has a niche for, but I mean, really, Ezalith really wants to get a hit from all of her Hallowing Meteors due to its effective critical damage. So I think that she could be interesting, but she might also prefer Arctos due to this passive, so I don't know. This is a really interesting unit. But I'm personally going to summon for her, because I like dagger units, and I always summon whenever there's a dagger unit. Because I'm only missing one. I'm only missing Belina, so, yeah. Let's go on to the other 3 units on the banner that I've spent 6 minutes on Lexi. Summer Sanoa. Okay. A scholar seaside sworn. Her research into space-time physics means everything to her, and no failed experiment can keep her down, but even her best research needs a break, which calls for a new theory vacation. Okay. She looks like Sonya from Pokemon Sword and Shield. I saw a post on the subreddit that was like, if you switch them around, you get Sonya. and they look exactly the same. They don't look exactly the same, but they look pretty similar, which I find funny. So, I mean, if you're a fan of Sword and Shield, there you go. Deals wind damage to the target and nearby enemies and draws them together, inflicting poison, and grants the user 1 stack of Overload. Overload decreases skill rage fill rate for Chrono skill by 30%. Overlord can stack up to 3 times and is not removed by shapeshifting. What? Okay. That's interesting. So, she gets this effect, and it's a bad effect from what I can see, because it decreases the skill rate. Interesting. Bracing Summer. Consumes all stacks of Overload, and applies one of the following buffs at random to the user for each stack of Overload. Increases Inspiration by 2 stages, adds 15% to the critical damage modifier for 30 seconds, increases critical damage by 20% for 30 seconds. The same buff will not be granted multiple times by 1 skill if the skill is used when the user has 3 stacks of Overload. All 3 buffs will be granted to the entire team. Oh, okay. The skill is used when there's no stacks. 1 mana buff will be granted to the user. Interesting. So her whole kit is like, I think it's like a kind of RP or like a roleplay where she's doing, her first skill is like her working. It's saying Chrono Trial. And then she gets overloaded with work, so then she has to take a vacation, and then when she takes a vacation, she buffs herself. And actually, if you get the 3 stacks, if you so you'd have a 90% reduced charge on Chrono Trial, you get this massive buff for the critical damage and critical rate to the entire team, which is huge, especially for like Lin Yu. That would be ginormous. And instead of just applying to her, it applies to the whole team. Interesting unit. I don't know how she's going to fit into the meta. There really isn't a definitive wind wand anymore, because Maribel is kind of gone. Noelle is kind of got overshadowed by Tobias. So this could be interesting. She does have poison on her first skill, and she has a lot of buffs. So I'd be interesting to see where she lands. Her core ability is attack skill damage. Pretty normal. Poison equals water res plus 8%. That's it's not great, but it's not bad either. It's more of a defensive one. Determination 2. Increases damage dealt by the skill Chrono Trial based on the number of Overload stacks the units had. The first stack will increase it by 20%, and additional stacks will increase the damage by 5% each. Interesting. So they're actually giving you a way to make this work. I actually really like this kit. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if this kit's going to be good. She has 3 res and skill damage on top of that. Bonus skill damage is always good. And she has in kit plus 45% skill damage. I don't know how this... I really like the idea of this unit. This unit sounds a lot of fun to play as. But I don't know how good she's going to be. But I think she's worth summoning for, because I think that she adds a very unique niche where her entire unit is kind of revolving around this like overload effect, and the overload effect gets worse as you use your skills more, but then you use Bracing Summer and you kind of get rid of it, and you do a massive buff to the entire team. And I think that she could work as a sort of like most of the time in these speedrun comps for Wind, it's Tobias and 3 Hawks. And the reason for that is because Tobias can inflict poison and buff. But I also think that you maybe be able to slot in a Sanoa, because it would take her a while to get there, but it would probably be around the time of break where she would get 3 stacks of Chrono Trial. And then you get break, and you're giving the Hawk critical damage and critical rate, which is huge on Hawk, especially because Hawk is all about hitting those big crits on his skills. So I think this could work in a very, very good way in Wind. I think she's worth it for Wind. And I don't think Freezers matters that much, because High Mercury is kind of a joke at this point. And you kind of don't need... In most everything you can just dodge. So, for her, it's a good yes. For Laxi, it's a yes, as far as I can see. Summer Norwin. The Howdome's resident picture book author dons swim trunks, pulling his new ability to write happy endings to use in a sunny summer's tale. The spark white pages take the blue hues of the sea and sky as tragedy give way to joy. Tragedy gives way to joy? What the heck? Okay. He's a dagger. Summer Memories deals wind damage to the target and nearby enemies and activates skill shift for both the skill and the skill emergent. Okay, that's his second skill. Phase 2 and Phase 3 both increase damage dealt by this skill. Phase 4 does not deal damage, but instead removes all stacks of Doleful Spirit applied by Emergence Levels 4 and energizes the entire team. What the heck? Okay. So this, I think this is the first skill shift move that goes up to 4 instead of just 3. Okay. Deals 1 damage to the target and nearby enemies and activates skill shift for both this skill and the skill Emergent Love. Phases 2 and 3 both increase the damage dealt by this skill. Phase 4 does not deal damage, but instead removes all stacks of Doleful Spirit applied by Emergent Love and energizes the entire team. Okay, let's see what this does. Deals 1 damage to nearby targets to the target and nearby enemies and activates skill shift for both the skill and the first skill. Phase 2 and 3 both increase the damage dealt by the skill. Phase 4 inflicts poison on the foe, inflicts 1 stack of Doleful Spirit on the user up to a maximum of 4 stacks. While the user has 1 or more stacks of Doleful Spirit, their energy level will not increase, and using this skill during Phase 4 will cause them to take damage. The more stacks of Doleful Spirits the user has, the more damage they will take. Stacks of Doleful damage will not be removed by shape-shifting. What the heck? Okay, so it seems like he kind of uses this skill a lot, gets up to 4, and then you use your first skill and kind of use it as a clean swipe to stop taking damage. But maybe you use this skill a couple times based off how bad the damage is. I mean, it depends on how much damage. It seems like this skill does a lot of damage in its later stages, but yeah, I don't know. It seems like it takes some inflicts poison on foe and explode back. So it seems like his last phase on this skill, on his second skill, does a lot of damage. And maybe you want to use it multiple times and then use your first skill to cleanse it. Interesting design. I don't know if I like it, but I'd have to see it in practice. Let's see what it does so far. Critical rate, pretty normal. Wind above 10 hits equal regen 6. That's not that bad. It's actually going to be really good on the dagger, especially because he's going to be low. Increases the user skill gauge. Fills us energy level. Increases maximum bonus given to the user. Energized is 25. Okay. So as he gets more energy, he's just gonna, that might actually be good, because I don't remember if getting excess energy doesn't make you energized anymore. I don't remember, but it's possible it does. So if he is able to stay energized while keeping that skill, especially because his first skill doesn't do damage, which means that at the later stages, which means that it wouldn't take the energized, so you could go right into skill 2 with energized. It might not be bad. Freeze res is pretty normal, and poison punch for plus 30, gonna fit right into the wind meta. He's a weird unit. I don't know if he's gonna be good or not. It seems weird. It seems like you have a weird gameplay, but always those units who have a really weird gameplay and really niche gameplay are kind of stupid and kind of broken. I think of one of the best cases for that was Belina, who I thought was gonna be really not good because it required you to just stay at low HP, and she's top 5 units in the game because she is able just to stay at low HP. So, he's a maybe. I want to see some modifiers on him. I'm still going to summon because he's a dagger, and I'm going to be summoning for the other 2 anyway. So, let's see. And lastly, Konohana Sakia, Summer Konohana Sakia. Konohana Sakia trades her robes for swimwear and the gentle scent of tropic flowers mixed in with the salty air to soothe the hearts of fellow beachgoers. Though she came alone, the scene soon blossoms into a garden of friendly smiles. She came alone with Mercy Tense right there. Interesting. Skills. Restores the user's HP and grants the user Smiling Flower. The Summer Flower ability buffs the user based off the number of Smiling Flowers they have up to a maximum of 6 stacks. What is Summer Flowers? Oh, it's her passive. Okay. Interesting. So it heals them, and then she gets a stack of Smiling Flowers. Okay. The user is attuned to wind, grants the user a Smiling Flower at the start of quest, and grants an additional Smiling Flower every 6 seconds up to a maximum of 6. The user will receive one of the following buffs based off the total number of Smiling Flowers. 1 flower is increased strength by 40%, 2 flowers increase defense by 20%, 3 flowers increases skill damage by 50%, 4 flowers reduces water damage taken by 5%, 6 flowers grants each pen regen buff. Okay. Interesting. So she's kind of like an all-in-one dragon based off how long the quest lasts. It It's interesting. Just straight off the back, you're getting 40% strength. Because you're going to be getting that from... You said they get one, and then you get one every 60 seconds, and then you also get one from using her skill. So it probably won't take you 6 minutes. It'll probably take you more like 3, because you usually get a shapeshift after like a minute and a half in a quest usually. So, with 3 stacks, this is a super good dragon, because you're getting 40% strength, 50% skill, and 20% defense. The last two, also there isn't one for 5, interesting. The last two are kind of, they're not bad, but they're not as good as the first 3, especially for a dragon passive. I don't know. This dragon seems a little weird because it kind of... I don't know. It depends on how good this heal is, and it depends on what quest you're using her in. Because Ciela right now, if you're not doing the speedrun comp, it takes about, I believe, 4 minutes, and you do get a few shapeshifts in there. So by the end of the quest, you'll have all of these 100%, and probably by like when you hit the second phase, you'll probably have at least 2, maybe 3. Because I think probably 3, because most people transform during that blast. So it'd be, you'd have one from start, one from getting to a minute, and then another from the transformation. So you'd have 50% skill damage, 40% strength, and 20% defense. Not bad. I don't know if this dragon's good or not. Again, I'd have to see mods on the healing, and I would have to see attack rate. So again, she's going to kind of be in the maybe with Norwin. But all in all, this banner seems really decent. It seems, she seems maybe, he seems decent enough. Snowa seems like she has an interesting niche, and Galaxy seems fairly interesting compared to Ezalith. So if you don't have Ezalith, I would definitely consider summoning, because flame daggers are always really strong. But yeah, that's going to be my impressions of the banner. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow with most likely a summoning video. So, see you then.